Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into What Remains of Edith Finch, a game that doesn't just tell you a story, it makes you live it. You play as Edith, the last surviving member of the Finch family, returning to her childhood home. At first glance, the game doesn't look like traditional horror, yet the atmosphere is thick with unease. The house feels haunted, not by ghosts, but by memories. Each room you enter has been left untouched, frozen in time after the family member who lived there passed away. As Edith, you move through these spaces, slowly uncovering the tragic, beautiful, and sometimes bizarre final moments of her relatives. It's a story about life, death, and the pieces of memory we leave behind. More than just a game, it's an emotional journey that lingers with you long after the credits roll.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me. Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
The Finch house itself feels alive, almost like it's another family member. It's a sprawling mansion with mismatched towers and rooms built on top of one another, as if each generation couldn't let go of the past. Exploring it is like wandering through a timeline of lives, each hallway leading you deeper into history. There are no jump scares, no monsters waiting to pounce, yet the house feels unsettling, filled with whispers of the people who once lived there. Every door, every photograph, every strange object carries a story. The creaking wood, the cluttered spaces, the strange architecture, it all gives the house a personality that's both welcoming and suffocating. You're part of it, and yet it feels like it's watching you. This sense of intimacy mixed with discomfort makes every step through the house unforgettable.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her. could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First,
One of the most striking things about Edith Finch is how it tells its stories. Each family member's final day is transformed into an interactive vignette, and no two stories are alike. You might fly a kite, read a comic book brought to life, or guide a swing higher and higher until it turns into something else entirely. These vignettes aren't just side notes, they are the heart of the experience. Each one has its own mechanics, its own visual style, and its own emotional punch. By the time you finish one, you don't just know how that person died. You feel who they were, what mattered to them, and why their story stayed behind in the house. It's a brilliant way of turning storytelling into gameplay, making each memory not just told, but lived.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
At its core, what remains of Edith Finch is a meditation on death and memory. The Finch family believes themselves cursed, doomed to lose members in strange and often tragic ways. But the game never focuses only on sadness. Each story, even when it ends in loss, carries beauty, humor, or a small slice of wonder. It reminds us that death is not just an ending, but a moment in a much larger narrative. Some stories feel like cautionary tales, while others are almost playful. And that mix creates something unique. You never know if the next vignette will make you laugh, reflect, or break your heart. It forces you to confront mortality, but in a way that celebrates life at the same time. That delicate balance makes the game unforgettable.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Few games hit as hard emotionally as Edith Finch. It has a way of sneaking up on you, mixing whimsy with sadness in ways that feel real. One moment, you're smiling at a lighthearted scene, and the next, the truth of a tragedy lands with full force. That sudden shift feels raw and human, because memories are rarely neat or consistent. Some of the stories are so powerful, they stay with players for years. Not because of flashy graphics or shocking twists, but because of how authentic they feel. The game doesn't force emotion out of you. It lets you find it naturally through lived experiences. It's this ability to make you laugh, cry, and reflect all within a single hour that makes Edith Finch stand apart from almost any other game out there.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Did you want to get a picture of me or what? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
Okay, got it.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad! Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Part of what makes Edith Finch so effective is how carefully crafted its presentation is. The house itself is filled with tiny details that make it feel lived in. Stacks of books, toys left on shelves, notes pinned to the walls. Then there are the vignettes, each shifting into different art styles and mechanics that keep the experience fresh and surprising. The game constantly reinvents itself, but always stays grounded in the central theme. The music plays a subtle but vital role, with soft piano, strings, or melancholic tones that perfectly match the emotion of each scene. Edith's narration ties everything together, guiding you gently but never over-explaining. The result feels almost handcrafted, intimate and deeply personal, like opening someone's diary and stepping inside the pages.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power, but all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
What Remains of Edith Finch works because it never tries to be bigger than it needs to be. It's short, focused, and unafraid to be quiet. In a world where games often chase spectacle, Edith Finch dares to slow down and reflect. It doesn't bombard you with enemies or complicated mechanics. Instead, it asks you to listen, to look closer, and to pay attention to the small details that reveal who these people were. That quiet confidence is what makes it so powerful. It knows exactly what story it wants to tell, and it tells it with precision. It doesn't matter that you can finish it in a few hours. Those hours are packed with meaning, and the impact lasts far beyond the time spent playing.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
In the end, What Remains of Edith Finch is not about solving puzzles or overcoming challenges. It's about walking through a family's past, feeling their stories, and realizing how memory keeps people alive, even after they're gone. It's haunting, not because of monsters, but because it mirrors our own fears of loss and the fragility of life itself. This quiet, emotional journey lingers long after you finish, making it one of the most powerful narrative experiences in gaming. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more stories like this one. Until next time, take care and keep exploring new worlds.